Like if you're creating content, again, I always have to say like specifically with YouTube, because we're like everything you've said so far is largely because YouTube, right? Like you're probably not like siloing content on social like under your personal name. I mean, maybe you will eventually, but like I feel like YouTube really pushes the the algorithm and our expectations as creators to be like, I have to segment this. I have to hit that collab button so that like the algorithm picks up on it. I have to make a separate channel because I don't want long form audio content being mixed in with 8-minute videos. You know, this channel is what we're airing. This is like the only channel I do shorts on, because I've seen a ton of advice of people saying don't do shorts because it disintegrates the rest of your traffic if you have longer form videos. So like it's I don't know of any other platform where people optimize as much as you and I do, but I also don't spend a lot of time creating on other platforms other than, of course, now with Opus, like sending stuff to Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook. But I actively don't engage in those areas or create unique content. So I don't know. YouTube really changes the way I think a lot of us think about content creation, and I don't know if it's good or bad. I think it's.
I think, well, it's probably all bad to a degree, because like it's all just a big fucking game, and it's really exhausting until you just realize you're like, hey, listen, what is your goal? Is your goal my goal, I'm thinking of it literally on the spot right now. My goal is to make $30,000 per month in revenue across the different things that I'm doing, while not being what I would classify as a sleazeball piece of shit. I'm not saying specifically anybody in that. I just mean like let me rephrase it. Make 30K a month without hating myself. It's really that simple. Okay. So like whatever I can do that is pushing me or moving me forward, or putting together a framework that will get me there and move me in that direction. That is what I'm trying to do. I do not care about I care about the opinions of others. I take them into consideration. But I think you commented on one of the comments on my videos, like, hey, I'm just not going to follow you anymore because you're distracted and you just do the thing that works. And it's like, I mentioned in my video on the second channel, it's like, I cannot even express how grateful I am that I am able to get comments like that people care enough to watch my shit and then even leave me feedback like that. Some people get offended. I don't get offended. I get offended for a second, and I'm like, okay, thank you for the feedback. Seriously. When I see that, though, it's like, I am literally doing that. I'm trying to figure out what is working. Okay, maybe I'm like pivoting, but I thought everybody likes to move fast, break things, do all this crazy shit. It's like, and this move specifically, out of all the crazy shit that I've done, this one makes the most sense from like data, like a data side on like a larger scale. So, that's literally what this whole game is. It's constantly trying stuff for yourself, but also like looking ahead at what other people are doing. You mentioned like breaking it up on social too. Like that's a whole nother can of worms, because some people do that, some people don't. Real quick fun fact. When I first started all of this, years before like the WordPress stuff, I was like, well, I have like a personal Instagram that I've had since, like I was in, grade school or whatever, right? And I was like, I'm going to create a second Mark Szymanski Instagram from my professional Instagram, which is ultimately my Instagram now. But my point is, even back then, it was like, oh, I need to segment my family audience from my professional audience. At the time, actually a good idea. What I learned, though, is you do not have if you do this, you don't have a personal anymore. Like you almost don't, because I have too many other things that are going on that like it would be almost impossible to also like post and care about like personal shit within there. Now, I'm not saying everybody's gonna be exactly the same, and I'm off on a tangent a little bit here, but it's just like the whole audience segmentation thing does make sense when you really step back and think about it, because if people are subscribing to you, they're not really subscribing to you. They're subscribing to a specific type of content that they've been seeing from you. And then if you put different shit in front of them, no wonder they're not going to watch.